Sorry, this one is take 2, so things got written on the first time. So up here at the top, this is the dividend, this is the divisor, this is the quotient. The answer is the quotient. That's why sometimes division is called a quotient. When you write it like this is the divisor, this is the dividend, the thing on the bottom, and the answer is the quotient. When you write it like a fraction, the dividend is on top, the divisor is on the bottom, and the answer is the quotient. Division by 1, whenever 1 is on the bottom, the answer is the top thing. Anything number divided by 1 is that number. Division by itself, any number divided by itself is 1. It just reduces down. Division involving 0. Whenever you have 0 on top, it's just 0. When you have 0 on the bottom, it is undefined. You can't have it. Doing the long division process, we're not really going to go into much. We're going to talk about it slightly, but we're going to talk about it using the calculator, not doing it this way. So we're actually going to use the calculator to get our answer. When you look at example number 3, this is what the example is. They gave you this problem. I stuck it into my calculator. They don't want the actual decimal. So when you stick it into your calculator, you would go 683 divided by 7, because that's what it says right there, 683 divided by 7, and you get a decimal number. Well, we don't want the decimal part, we just want the whole number part. So I wrote the whole number part on top so I wouldn't forget it. So that told me that I needed to write my 683 down divided by 7 down. This is part of my quotient, but I needed to find out what my remainder was. In order to do that, I needed to take what my 97 times 7 is and figure out what that is. That's where I got my 679 from. You multiply the top times 7 to see what that actually is. That's 679, which means there are 4 left over before I can actually get up to the 683. That 4 is what our remainder is. So when you go down here to try to do this one, you would start by putting in your calculator the 415, not that number, sorry, the 415 divided by 6, and you press enter. It's going to give you a decimal. We don't want the whole decimal. So we said 6 goes into 415 a whole time of 69. 69 whole times, but it couldn't go any more than 69 whole times. It just went a little skosh more. We need to figure out what that skosh really is. So we're going to say 69 times 6 to figure out what that really was. So that's 414. And then we'll subtract those two to find out how much more it was. $415 minus 414 gives us 1. That's our remainder. So I need to put a remainder 1. Typically speaking, you won't be doing these problems. 13 goes into 0. When it's written like this, remember you need to put your 0 in first. So if I were to put 0 divided by 13, because the divisor's on the outside, I get 0. If I put in 51 divided by 0, I get an error because you can't divide by 0. This is when it's undefined. Remember, you can't divide by 0. Up here at the top, 12 divided by 0, does that equal 12? Nope. That's undefined. And this one's false as well. 0 over 7 is 0. 108 divided by 12 is, oh, sorry, clear. 108 divided by 12 is 9. And then 4406 divided by 11 is, oh, not a whole number. So I write down my 400. And then I do 400 times 11. And I get 4400. And I subtract 4406 minus 4400. And I get 6. So it's a remainder of 6. And that's it.